Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
There was a girl I knew. She said she cared about me.
If you guys are anything like me, you're probably pretty excited to see that Rockstar has finally released a brand new game in the GTA series. And, considering the video I just showed you has amassed over 100 million views in like a 24-hour period, I would assume I'm not alone in saying that this is pretty cool to see. It's been like 37 years since the last GTA came out, and I, for one, am personally pretty excited to play it. I've been to Miami before, so I think it'd be pretty cool to actually be able to play it, especially with all the Florida memes that have come out over the subsequent years since GTA 5 has come out. But as GTA games are prone to do, a bunch of people have been speaking out against the game, thinking that being able to commit such violent acts is bad for the youth and for society as a whole. And, if you hold those opinions, whatever, really, like it's not my job or ability even to change your mind on that. I think that's going to be something that follows GTA and anything Rockstar video games in general that are coming out that have graphic themes, like people are always going to assume oh, well, media creates violence, essentially. But some of the people that have been coming out against this, I really just feel like they should shut the fuck up, to be honest. Like, Elon Musk and Andrew Tate, of all people, are now coming out and speaking out against video games, which, I'm fine if you want to have the opinion that video games bad, but for these two people in particular, it just really feels like they should stay in their own lane. I mean, Elon Musk is always online spreading misinformation on Twitter. I'm not going to call it X because that's cringe. Or campaigning for free speech and how he's getting silenced and how that's dangerous. And we have Andrew Tate, who's literally a criminal. Like, dude went to jail for sex trafficking women. But, maybe my previous biases toward these people is showing in these instances. And we have to hear them out for what their arguments are, why they are saying that these things are. Elon put out a tweet in response to someone else talking about the other GTA games, saying, "Tried, but didn't like doing crime. GTA 5 required shooting police officers in the opening scene, and I just couldn't do it." I hear that and I just imagine myself, I think of Elon Musk sitting on his gold mansion with his 17 kids and opening up GTA, only to see a cop get shot and for him to just sit there and silently weep to himself while his rock star wife is out in the kitchen. It's just like such a stupid thing to say. Like I genuinely hear this and I'm like, you're a grown ass man, like you're a grown up. You're a dude who has wealth from diamond mines, right? And it's not like you necessarily have a clean slate yourself. Like Elon Musk's brain chip, for example, that he's putting out there, his Neuralink, is under scrutiny despite getting approved for human research trials because he forced the company to just shoddily work the project on animals, which led to like 15,000 of them dying. And it's not, that's not unrealistic for like certain trials, but a lot of the people that are ex-employees of Elon, so, maybe take it with a grain of salt, are coming out and saying that the reason that there were so many negligent practices that happened with him because he just kept forcing the timeline and making people work harder and faster and just, rush the process, which of course led to all those animals dying when you're experimenting by putting computers in people's brain. So for it to all of a sudden get approved for human use, despite Elon seeing that he's had a very poor track record in terms of animals dying, just seems like pretty wild to me, Like that just goes to show that maybe Elon isn't the best moral compass when it comes to type of subjects like this. But you know, maybe I'm just old fashioned and think video games are good, and you know, killing animals in the quote unquote name of science is not a good thing. But I don't know. I'm not the millionaire, so maybe Elon's got a point here. Now, keep in mind that wasn't Elon Musk that directly did do these things to the monkeys and pigs that were a part of his subject matter, but it was apparently at the result of his own forcing these people to hurry and hurry more and more. So maybe you could give him a little bit of wiggle room in terms of like respectability. The fact that it wasn't him directly causing these animals pain, but it was just his hubris that became, you know, the problematic issue with it. In the case of Andrew Tate, who we're going to be looking at his clip here next, you can't really say the same. Like, even though Andrew has gone on many times to try and deny it and downplay what he's done, he 100% did these things. Like, you know, you can look at it in his own words and see that he did it. So we'll first look at the clip of Andrew talking about specifically GTA 6, and then we're going to look at some, you know, evidence that he did do the things that he.
New GTA 6 is out. Have you ever played any GTA? This is a genuine question. I've never played any of them.
I believe that I played the first one. That's like a top-down, bird's-eye view kind of 2D game without any real graphic violence back when I was maybe 10 or 11 or 12, whenever it came out. I do recall that. But you know what? I'm going to speak about GTA 6 while you're on the topic, because now we're actually talking about something that's relatively important. Video games aren't necessarily evil. But, you know, I remember when video games, because I'm very old, I'm an old man. I remember when you used to play a little man in a red hat trying to rescue a princess and teaming up with your brother. If rescuing purity from evil while teaming up for your brother isn't a good theme of a video game, then I don't really know what is. I'm not a fan of anyone under the age of 18, 21 maybe, playing video games where the goal is to shoot police officers. I just don't think that's good for society.
Well, you heard it here, folks. These two wholesome little sex criminals are offended, are mad about these video games and the negligent effects that it could have on our society. You know, the sad part is that I actually don't mind listening to Andrew. In fact, some of the stuff that he says is just kind of funny. I just don't really like that this is a hill that they're willing to die on, you know? Maybe, since apparently Tristan played a little bit of that Grand Theft Auto, maybe that's what turned them into sex criminals, you know? That's was the problem. It corrupted him. He played those 3 minutes of GTA 1 and it just, you know, it did things to his little easily malleable mind. And maybe in the good timeline, the Tate bros are the wholesome, brother loving dudes that they try to portray. Or maybe it was Mario. Because, you know, if you're rescuing purity from evil with your beautiful brother who you have such a wonderful, tight bond with, you know, maybe they played Mario and decided that Bowser was the good guy. Maybe that's the issue right here, because listening to this clip from Andrew that, you know, was one of the big reasons that he got indicted for the Loverboy scheme, kind of sounds a little.
Your goal is to inspire a girl to make money and give you the money. So the way you're going to do that is you have to have some element of influence, and you're going to have that element of influence through her respecting you, looking up to you, and her believing she needs you. And this is extremely important, because at the beginning she will need you, but then she won't need you. But you have to keep that fallacy, keep that dream alive that she can't do this without you, to ensure that she doesn't do it without you. And at the beginning she can, but there'll become a point she can't. But you being here, it synergizes this teamwork energy. We're going to do this together. Yeah, you go on the camera. Don't worry, I'll talk to the guys. I'm going to talk to them. We're a team. Happy, positive teamwork. You cannot run this business through fear. And this is one of the biggest things people don't understand about the pimp game, even street pimping. They think that you can do it through fear. that you can scare girls and you can intimidate girls. If you're going to scare a girl and put her on the street, she's just going to walk off and leave. You're never going to see her again. She has to respect you and love you and want to work with you. And that's done through positively inspirational and motivating person.
That's one of those examples right there where Andrew is genuinely funny, where he's talking about being a pimp is actually, it's a loving thing. And maybe that's how they actually feel. They feel like they're the good guys because we're not beating women. We're just seducing them and being nice to them, as any good person would do. And then getting them to give us all their money when they become cam girls. And, maybe that was the point of Mario all along. Maybe we, the players who didn't become online pimps, missed the message of the game. Maybe we were corrupted by GTA, and this is, the outcome, that we're just all brokies who are not getting falsely accused by the Romanian government. Huh. Who would have? Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video today. Just wanted to hop on here and talk about some hypocrisy that I've been seeing on the internet. I'm sure all of us in our lives are hypocrites at one point or another. I'm sure I've been many a time. But, I feel like I just don't have the type of baggage that these two boys in particular got. And realistically, they should just shut the fuck up and let us enjoy our video games. That's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, I hope you guys come back to the channel and hit that subscribe and like button. Share it to people if you like it. If you hated that shit, downvote the fuck out of it, especially if you are a Tate or Elon meat rider.